Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Rip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Rip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Waylander Gaming. It's another night of the MSA Cup tournament. Tonight, we are going to take a lift off with the Group D stages. So it's Group D Day 1. And, welcome to the chat. Tonight, I am joined by Lotus. My colleagues, the rest of the familiar voices are currently still busy with work or are on their way back. So, nonetheless, we will entertain you all with the first matchup, which will be Anonan up against Primordial Vanguards, the current representatives in the IESF 4 Team Zimbabwe. So, very curious to see what they are going to bring out tonight because they do have their IESF matches in, 2 weeks' time. So this is a good practice session for them, and we are ready. Lotus, how are you feeling tonight? And I will tell the team that we are ready so that we can jump into the drafting phase.
Well, to be honest, I'm pretty excited about tonight. I mean, it is the first day of Group D for the kickoffs, so I cannot wait to see what the teams bring to the table. Even from the side of Anonans, because I heard that they were also part of the tournament Deus Ex Clash. So I kind of also want to see what skills they have to show as well.
Yeah, indeed. Anonan did feature in the Deus Ex Clash tournament, but nonetheless, we are into the drafting phase. The boy genius and a lot of numbers with the first ban for the side of Anonan. Ladies and gentlemen, whilst we wait for the first ban to come in, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Get all your friends in here and come and show the love and support because we appreciate the love and support. First ban out is the Hayabusa.
Hayabusa, as we have seen in the MSA, is kind of a 50-50 chance. Either he plays extremely amazingly, or he gets caught out a lot of the times and then just ends up selling the game.
And just as we, sorry, my apologies. And just as we see that, we do see Zetian getting banned out. Jane Doe saying someone who can pronounce the squad name, a proud moment for Ononen. So thank you, Jane Doe. It's not my first time in with the rodeo with Ononen on the stream. I remember I slaughtered it at first, but nonetheless, STK with the next ban for the side of Anonan. Ananan.
I'm actually Glue getting banned out. I'm actually curious what the STK stands for in this person's name, but off to LRD Alpha's next ban.
That is true. Ladies and gentlemen, just quickly tell me, right? Do you have the Mlbb sound on the stream? Because I've got the volume up here, but for some reason I cannot hear it in my ears. So just let me know if you've got the in-game sound, and we should be going on. Ludaki, I love your support in the chat, bro. So thank you. It's I love your voices commentating, doing a great job. You're definitely in for a rodeo. So with that being said, Joy got banned out from the side of Primordial Vanguard and Anonan. Not even waiting, and they remove YSS. Ladies and gentlemen, please buckle your seats. We are going to hit into a bumpy ride.
These two junglers are actually pretty strong right now, despite Joy being. Sorry, now I get Christopherson moments. Nerfed. She's still strong right now.
All right, so I don't know. My game is glitching out on the PC, so just bear with me. The first match will be without sound, but luckily you've got our voices to entertain you. And with that being said, I hear voices crying. Nonetheless.
Hansa also getting banned out from the side of Primordial Vanguard, but Kai 04 going for the Kalea first pick.
So XKai04 picking up Kalia. Kalia, well, she is a strong hero, especially in a nice team fight composition because she can sustain, she can heal, and she packs a punch, literally. So, well, let's see what Ononen does with the rest of their drafts. Don Ryu, welcome to the stream. Let's go.
Kill, Kill Pluto, showing us the Ruby. Do you think we might be able to see a Ruby this match?
Well, Killer Pluto, there is a tiny A next to the kill. Does pick up the ruby, and Lord Alpha picks up Faza.
Damien 3003 showing us the Arlet right now. STK1 still deciding on which hero to pick though. Switches
Ooh,
out with Sora's Kimmy, and Damon decides to go with this Arlet
well,
so early in the game.
I ain't gonna lie. Harlot is one of my favorite heroes, and I've been playing him a lot lately in this new patch season. And I have to say, he has been done justice. So, Harlot in the right hands is a hero that you definitely need to respect. Boy, no, Lidiki, I'm not going to agree with you. Harlot is a good pick, a really good pick. But it's all dependent on well, if it is Ruby in the XP lane, Arlord will be able to dash away from her pulls or dash towards her and jump behind her and get her stunned up and then bring in the final sweep. So, yeah, Arlord, actually good pick.
Also, recently with the recent patch, as you mentioned, the damage fighters buffs having been increased, Arlet is extremely dangerous right now as well.
Yep. I do agree with you. Um, Liber Nova with the Aerithal Bind Crusher with the first ban in the Phase 2 bans. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 3 series.
And this will be the first round right now, so. But Ben, they're fully utilizing their 50 seconds, taking out the Lucas.
Well,
Lucas, not really the meta right now, so what do you think about that one?
Lucas is still a devastating hero to play against. But the only thing that's down to him is getting his bar to get that extra damage on his abilities off. That does take longer, but nonetheless, Lucas is still a strong hero to play against. As we do see, Anonan does ban out the Sul. Yo.
So, the unconventional bans in comparison to the previous MSA drafts, because we did not see the Suyu or the Lucas that much, but they're bringing some fresh faces into the banning phase. K Squared Sukuna missing the ban. Oh no, wait. Ah, my eyes are tired today. Right stuff.
Huh.
Scott, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to get the sound resolved, but I'll have to restart my game. Nonetheless, Rika, welcome to the stream, bro. All
None?
right, no stress. So Rika, just to let you know, there's only 2 best of 3 series tonight. K2 Sakuna picks up the Minotaur. The Boy Genius is currently showing us Bucks here, and STK stop the pink one. Still needs to pick up. So it is possibly, depending on if Sora is going to be playing Kimmy in the mid lane, it should potentially. Oh, yeah, that's Kimmy in the mid lane. I'm not liking Kimmy in the mid lane. She's more preferred in the gold lane, but hey, nonetheless. STK1 will be picking up the Clint, as we do see the boy genius does pick up Bucks here. Oh no, STK1 is trolling us.
Going for Mia.
Yeah, Mad Stalrika. Lol. Start reading the marketing, bro. Start reading it, and you will be known. Oh, you shall know the agenda of the evening. As wait for Bind Crusher, who is known as Nigel, who is actually the organizer of MSA, and also representing the team as the team captain in the IESF for Zimbabwe. Bind Crusher currently showing us Xborg. Xborg, such a deadly hero in the Don Ryo, whatever, bro, whatever. I'm just going to ignore your comment. But yeah, nonetheless, Xborg, a very strong hero to pick up, especially with his new love that he received from Moonton. So that does conclude the first matches draft. Ladies and gentlemen, get your votes in and let's go. Unknown currently being the favorite to take this best of three series, as per the viewers, by 67%.
However, based on the draft alone, which draft would you favor?
I'm going to have to go with Primordial Vanguard. Definitely
I would have to
Primordial
agree
Vanguard.
with you there. The best thing about Primordial Vanguard's draft, they have a lot of CC.
Yeah, that is true. So I get to play with the camera view once more in the tournament lobby. We do see some skins here. It's just sad. Let's report Kimmy. Not picking up a skin. All skins are free.
And
So in the
Kalea.
tournament lobby. What?
The Kalea didn't pick a skin as well.
Well, neither here nor there. Let's report them, people. Let's report them.
But into the game we go. Both teams starting on the same side of the map with the buffs. Oh, with the rotation coming in from the Barca.
Sorry, I was just
But it seems to be
trolling
a
with the camera. First blood going to Kimmy as LRD Alpha is taken down. So that would give Kimmy some extra advantage in the mid lane. 3 seconds until the litho.
I think the Farsa's having lag issues. She walked straight into the mid tower and now she's just walking like the bot into the bot lane.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to call for a pause. Let's just get the admin sorted and let's see what will happen. This should take a minute or two. There's only 3 minutes per team per pause.
While we're in the mode, I feel a bit disappointed because some of these players, especially the Kimmy and the Kalea, the fact that they didn't take skins and those two heroes have some of the best skins, like the Kimmy Star Wars skin and the Kalea's Naruto skin.
Yeah. So, Stoner, for your next episode, if you want to take me on the general chat, just ensure yourself that you get Mads a dictionary for, Christmas. All right, so I'm keeping a close eye on the chat in WhatsApp just so that we know when we can continue. So I think this is a suitable time. Candice, if you are in the chat, say hello. Don't be, so rude. Because you give Lotus compliments on WhatsApp, but not in the chat. So this is also the time, ladies and gentlemen. We did speak about it last night. Our anniversary is literally around the corner, and when I say our anniversary, I am referring to Waylander Gaming's anniversary. So after the MSA, anyway, I'm getting trolled in the chat. So after the MSA will conclude in the month of September, we will be having our anniversary tournament, and it's also the first tournament that we as Waylander Gaming did organize, which was called the Conquerors of Dawn. So there will be 8 teams that will be invited to the Conquerors of Dawn, and then 8 teams that will have the opportunity to sign up. So let me give you this as well. It will also be the very first MLBB tournament in South Africa that will have a cash prize pool. And you want to know where that cash prize pool is coming from? Well, it's from all of you in our community that has been giving us love and support while buying memberships, paying the monthly membership subscriptions, super chats, super emotes, and well, just by watching our content as well. So, all the revenue that we made on the YouTube channel, we will be sending straight back to the community as the cash prize pool. All right. It's invitation only. Invitationals. Okay. That's just trolling me. And it's got the entire chat up. So, it ain't a Waylander Gaming stream if there is no Christopher moment. So, without further ado, unpause after 1 minute and let's go. Continuing the game. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, that one word. What a delay. Unpause. Natural resume. Let's get ready to rumble.
So it seems the Farsa is still lagging, but look at this initiation onto the Minotaur. But he does manage to get out safely. I mean, he is a tanky boy. But the damage coming onto this mid lane turret so early in the game does give the side of Ananans a good advantage.
Yeah, so Jane Doe, to answer your question, it is Primordial Vanguard who is having the lag issues. But nonetheless, it's at the 1.5 minute mark. Anonan has got a 700 gold lead as we do see the engagement onto Xborg by Buxia. The last insanity has been committed, but no avail onto the Kalia just yet. We do see Zetian poking onto Buxia. Faza. That skin is confusing. But let's blame it on Lotus.
Oh, what did I do?
Last night, Kalia and Zetian. As we do see the last, the pull coming in from Ruby. And Onan currently, having the advantage at the first hurdle of the match, and the first hurdle of the match does go in favor of Anonan.
But these initiations onto the Minotaur, they just keep trying to poke him to low health just to make sure that he doesn't get into team fights or even defend his jungler or mage. But it seems like the Skalea wants to go onto the red buff, does not manage to steal it. Xborg manages to get out safely and will not chase them.
Well, look, I am going to give Kai 04 some credit, right, with the Kalia just being an annoyance on Xborg's farm at this point of stage. So we do see Primordial Vanguard is looking for that rotation towards the gold lane, but LRD Alpha decides otherwise. As we do see the Feathered Airstrike coming on to Kalia, but the Tsunami Slam is onto the mix and cancels out the Feathered Airstrike.
But in that exchange, no kills thus far, but it looks like the Skalea... Oh, it's Buckshot just rolling around, wanting to create some disturbance, but the next Lord of the game will be up in 50 seconds.
Yeah, that is still the turtle that will be spawning up. At this point of stage, no real team fight and no real ganks just yet. It was just that first kill onto Faza while she was still lagging. K2 Sukuna trying to get that slam onto Kalia.
these rumors are doing a relatively good job of scouting out the enemy. But this Kalea, once again onto the export, gets chased. Feather airstrike comes in. Kalea's almost out. Last Insanity is popped. Will he get chased down? Oh, but the Minotaur comes just in time, and now it's into the mix.
Yeah, as Baxia is taken down, Erthal coming onto the back line and does take the Mia out. So Mia is sent back to the base with Kalia. So that's a 2-for-0 exchange in favor of Primordial Vanguard. So X-Borg and Erthal will be looking at getting the gold here from the tier 1 turret in the bot lane.
And this Forcer also already has to go back for mana just to be able to have the ability to cast skills for this turtle fight. But Baxia is already onto this turtle, and Arlet is doing a good job scouting out the bushes, trying to get a vision for his teammates.
Well, they have started the turtle. Ruby has lagged out. So, yeah, I don't think Primordial Vanguard will have another pause. But nonetheless, second turtle of the match does go in favor of Anonin.
Good play coming out from the side of Primordial Vanguard. Despite having so many teammates that are lagging, they are still playing relatively well right now.
Yeah, well, when it comes to the set plays, especially when Minnow gets the sets on, as we do see the second skill from Kalia onto Minnow, the feathered airstrike from Faza is in, nearly catching Kalia out there with that engagement. However, the team fight, well, the fight did continue. It is now over. It has come to a standstill. Arlord and Ruby, well, just hacking and slashing it out in the top lane.
Well, you don't expect very much kills this early in the game in the XP lane, but just a lot of fists going in and out. But I'm more checking out this bottom lane as it seems that both teams are rotating to it.
Well, both teams are rotating to it. So as we do see Minnow gets the slam onto Kemi. However, no follow-up just yet, as we do see Kalia gets the second skill onto X-Borg. X-Borg not getting the pull onto anyone from Anonin. Baxia into the mix as well. Just waiting for anyone to step out and continue the engagement. X-Borg does cut off Kimi's lane switch as a Tsunami Slam is onto X-Borg with no avail. We see a lot of stuns, but no follow-ups. As we do see Arnold is rotating in. Will we see that final slash coming in? Ruby running not through the bush, not allowing that vision onto Arnold. However, the Minnow and Fury has been committed. Xbox gets the kill onto Kalia. The Lost Insanity was committed, but Arnold comes in and finishes off Minotaur. So that was a 1-for-2 exchange in favor of Primordial Vanguard. Primordial Vanguard not bothered by their lag.
And the Aerithal here in the bottom lane not caring about the team fight, but just managing to take down the turret. However, the second turtle of the game does go to the side of Anonins.
That was the third and final turtle. And Aerithal just pushing the objectives, just trying to get those objectives pushed, because we all know, right? It's not kills that win you the match. It is the objectives at the end of the day. Look, nonetheless, to get kills, it is pretty sweet. As we do see the engagement onto Faza from Baxia, but the engagement continues. Kalia with a second skill stun onto K2 Sukuna. Oh, X-Borg into the mix. Will we see that Lost Insanity popping off? Oh no, his Faraga armor was shredded, and Aerithal getting the return kill. So 2-for-1 exchange going in favor of Noonan.
It is gonna take a while, however, for this Mia to come online for a bit, because the power spike for Mia is extremely late in comparison to the Aerithal. So if the Primordial Vanguard can just inhibit that from a little bit more, then they can have a little bit more advantage in team fights.
Yeah, so just past the 8-minute mark, Primordial Vanguard does have, well, the 600 gold lead at this point in stage. We will see what happens, because once this first lord does spawn up, which is in the next 30 seconds. In my opinion, it is going to set the tone of the rest of the match, as we do see the engagement from Faza with a feathered airstrike. Baxia into the mix. He does get pulled and stunned. Faraga armor off from X-Borg, but Erithel on a killing spree. Currently, it's a 1-for-nothing exchange. It is a shutdown kill onto the Erithel as Mia does finish Erithel off. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. And a Primordial Vanguard will definitely need to back up here, especially the X-Borg and the Minotaur, just to heal up. Ruby coming in, trying to get that stun onto Gimme. The First Lord, Aurora, has spawned up.
Primordial Vanguard would also have to be a little bit more careful for these tidal slams, tsunami slams coming out from the Kalea. But Feathered Airstrike into the mix right now, but not really catching anyone, just zoning out some of the members.
As we do see
However,
that,
this engagement onto the Arlet is already starting.
yeah, the knock-up from Minotaur coming in, but we do see that dash coming in from Arlord onto 2. The Tsunami Slam onto X-Borg. However, we do see the Minnow and Fury does land onto 2. Faraga armor from X-Borg is off, so there's no last insanity for X-Borg. Ruby does pull the I'm offended. It is currently 4 on to Ruby. Will she be able to escape the clutches? But just off screen, we do see X-Borg getting the kill onto Arlord. And Erithel split pushing once more, just chasing that gold and the objectives. Who will get the retry battle here? Oh, the First Lord of the match does go to the Boy Genius on the Bucks here as Bind Crusher does finish off Kalia. But Primordial Vanguard does get a 4-for-1 exchange, makes that a full team wipe out.
Getting the Lord is good and all, but if you lose a team fight in exchange, it is really not worth it. But good plays coming out from the side of Primordial Vanguard. The tides did swing now and then to the side of Anonymous, but they managed to claim dominance back into this game once more.
Yeah, that is straight up true. Minnow, well, just freaking out there by the blue buff. So we will see the minions nearly catching the tier 2 turret here in the bot lane for the side of Primordial Vanguard. Chat, guys, ladies, you are savages tonight. The Feathered Airstrike coming in from Faza with a flicker, but no avail. Not catching anyone with that engagement. However, this tier 1 turret in the mid lane is still up on both sides. Primordial Vanguard does have the map advantage, as we do see Nia will be going for that tier 1 turret. First turret going in favor of Anonin. Just past the 11-minute mark.
Oh, but the Primordial Vanguard left this mid-tier turret of theirs a little bit defenseless right now for a pure second, and if Anonymous manages on that, the mid lane would also be gone.
As we do see, X-Borg does get the kill onto Kalia. The last insanity was committed, trying to catch out Kimmy out of position, but not being able to do so. The Feathered Airstrike coming in from Faza. Kimmy is pretty much just dodging all of the hits. Will we see the Minnow and Fury coming in? Oh, no, he doesn't have it up. Minnow does need to flicker out from the clutches of Baksha, or shall we say, his Willy Shields.
So right now we're just past the 12-minute mark. We're already 12-6 in the favor of Primordial Vanguard, and have a 3.2k gold lead.
Lotus with the maths. Lotus with the maths. Frickin' fresh. All right. So we do see the next Lord, the next objective will be spawning up in the next 15 seconds. This is all going to come down to who is going to take the Lord. If Anonin is able to get the Lord once more and not get a full team wipeout, they should be able to get the pressure back onto Primordial Vanguard. But if Primordial Vanguard does get the next roar, they should be able to get into the base of Anonin.
Oh, but the missed flicker from the side of the Arlet onto this Farsa. Vanguard are managing to take the Lord. Minoan Fury comes in but doesn't catch anyone at this moment.
Oh, the Feathered Airstrike coming in from Faza. She does pick off Kalia. And Don Roy, if you don't get it right, it's the wheels on the bus go round and round round and round, round and round. So the second lord of the match did go in favor of Primordial Vanguard. So Primordial Vanguard would definitely look at getting that extra pressure onto Anonan and try and seal the deal in this first best of 3 series matches. No.
That is just. Sorry?
No, Don Ryu asked, he wants to hear the row. And I gave him that row. Oh, Xborg on to 3. Will he be able to get the pull here? Currently, Kimmy is shredding through his Faraga armor. The Lord will be charging onto the tier 3 base. Oh, tier 3 turret. The feathered airstrike coming in from Faza onto 2. Oh, Lord has been eliminated. The Tsunami Slam onto Minotaur. But Minotaur is able to flicker out, and Xborg does finish off Kalia. This will see that the Lord goes. Barely charged on. He was busy charging, but he got taken down. But Xborg with the Maniac, he's going for the Savage in the Fountain. Not getting the Fountain, but being the last skill. First match, first blood, going in favor of Primordial Vanguard. Primordial Vanguard, no, saying, we've got lag, we don't care, we can still beat anyone that's facing off against us. Xborg picking up the MVP, 9-0. And 6. Well deserved. I'm just quickly going to put up the intro. I just quickly want to restart my game so that you can have the sound of the in-game sound. So we will be back. Just give me a quick second and we will see you now. All right, and we are back, and the sound problems has been resolved. Lotus, my apologies. I was so rude. What was your opinion about that first match?
Well, I thought it was actually pretty great. There was some back and forth, but then Primordial Vanguard just managed to take one team fight, multiply it into winning several team fights, and then just taking the game for themselves.
So, Sir Catsalot, how has school been treating you? Well, look, it is school holidays at this point of stage, and Stoner, I think it's maybe just on your end, bro. Maybe go and try and reset or reboot your McDonald's Wi-Fi. So I did restart my game, and we are good to go. That should also resolve the problems on the stream. If there was any problems on the stream, let's see. Just refresh the stream and you should be golden, as the first ban from Primordial Vanguard is Joy.
So Primordial Vanguard on the left and Ananans on the right side. But the boy Genius is getting to respond to this Joy ban, banning out the Yisun Shin once again.
YSS not seeing a lot of light of day on in the land of dawn. There is here and there matches that he does feature, but not that often. It's like we stated last night. In the past, especially with his passive, it was quite a difficult thing to do to get his passive to proc. And now it's, well, it's pretty much he's one of the easier heroes to play now. So YSS did receive the love.
And also the hate. Lucas and Glue also banned out, so the team's doing a good job focusing on both the jungle and the XP lane. But
so chat, look, it was my game. My game was freaking out. Just needed to get past the first game, so the glitches should be sorted. My network is happy days. No struggles, no issues, as we just wait for Bind Crusher to bring in the next and final ban in the phase 1 ban in the drafting phase.
so good plays also from Bind Crusher in the previous match, just managing to get the objectives necessary, and good team fights managing to save his teammates, banning out the Hanzo.
Crowned by heaven's mandate.
Oh, and Anonan responding with the Zetian ban. Killer Pluto with the first pick for the side of Primordial Vanguard. Will Killer Pluto pick up the first pick, or will he swap out? Jeez, Tony, I want to have your internet, bro. Is that fiber? God damn. Imagine having 200 download and 200 upload. I would be running a gambling organization here from the house. But nonetheless, LRD Alpha does pick up Zushin.
I think an internet cafe would be a better option. Sora picking up the Farsa. So Farsa also makes some good plays in the previous game. Not necessarily using the ult for killing people, but also just doing a good job at zoning people.
Well, I have to agree with Stoner in the chat. Quite surprised that Anonan didn't respect ban the Xborg in the first phase of, well, the bans. But, yeah, Stoner sharing is caring, bro. I have to agree with Don Ryo. Damon 3003 with the next pick.
Who will he go for?
I am not the only one.
A Phobius. Finally another Phobius that we get to see on the stream.
It seems like you like seeing Phobius on the stream, Lotus.
Yes, I do like seeing him on the stream.
Why do you like seeing Phobius on the stream, Lotus? So,
Because
Stony
he's such
is
a good
Stoner.
hero.
Mads, Stony is Stoner. Killer Pluto showing us Lapu and Bind Crusher. Well,
I see lots of prey.
picking up Roger. Oh, whatever.
So Roger is actually a strong hero at this point, especially after the recent patch, but Killer Pluto going also for the Lapu Lapu. Lapu Lapu has been such a big problem recently.
Team is banning.
Sorry, I'm
As
just
the chat goes
handling.
quiet, I can.
I'm just handling admin here quickly. Just step in for me, please.
Okay. Matilda also getting picked up by XKI04. So Matilda is a good hero, gives a lot of mobility to the team, especially with the Matilda Airwaves, as I believe they call it. I'm not a supports fan, so I don't know all the skills names. However, the boy genius getting the first ban of this final drafting phase, banning out the Granger. So in the first few groups of the MSA, the Granger managed to get a Maniac, a Savage. It is actually quite valid wanting to ban him out, because whenever there's a Granger, there's a lot of cooking. K-Squared Sakuna getting to respond to this ban might be going with either a jungler ban or a marksman ban. However, it would be better to focus junglers than marksmen, in my opinion. But let's see what he goes with. K-Squared Sakuna? or K2 Sakuna? That is the question to be answered.
Need no
Banning out the
protection from
Baksha. So, Baksha did give a lot of problems in the previous match from the side of Anonans, but Moscow only getting the last ban for the side of this team might be focusing on a tank ban or a roamer ban. Well, I'll say tank ban for roamers because support in the roaming position
Is like
works, but not
MLB
always.
is banning.
Carmella getting banned out from the side of Anonans, so the Curse of Blood gives a lot of CC. Can pair well with the Zushin, depending on the player's playstyles. But Zenithon getting the last ban. Is Zenithon maybe a swap out? I don't think they were here in the previous match. Now I do not understand how some people can solo cast. Sometimes after just a few minutes it feels like you already ran a marathon. But as the clock keeps ticking down, let us see what this person will be going for the last ban of this drafting phase. But
I've been waiting for
Your
too
team
long.
is picking.
carry? Okay. They're probably gonna go for a bit of a tankier roam. Let's see. The boy genius getting to pick next. Will he swap out?
I am vengeance
Switches out
in
with
kind.
Moscow only Moskov. So Moskov sounds like a guy that belongs in Moscow, but hey. K-squared Sakuna and Zenithon getting the next picks. It's gonna be the marksman. Maybe once again on that Aerithel. That split pushing from the Aerithel in the previous match was crazy. But does go for the Aerithel on a skin that actually looks fire. And Zenithon wanting to go for another Kalea. So Anonans did have the Kalea in the previous match. But it seems like Zenithon wants to use it this time. Let's see. That Tidal Slam also, along with Zushin's skills, could be very dangerous, but goes instead for the Minotaur. Those crazy Minoan fears from the last match were absolutely game-changing and teamfight changing. The boy genius getting the last pick of this entire drafting phase. Who will he go for? All they need now is the jungler. Will he go for a assassin or a sustain? But he's just patiently taking that time to pick on his new hero. So, a lot of mobility coming in from the side of Anonans. That's actually a good characteristic to have. But the boy genius showing us the Phrygian. Phrygian is such a good hero at times, but extremely situational. But, Scott, if you don't mind taking over, what drafts would you favor?
Who said I was done with the admin? I haven't even checked the drafts yet, so let me quickly have a quick flash over here. Oof, 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 oof. You know, I love my Fredrin boy with the Matilda combination. I'm favoring a Nonan's draft, but it's all going to come down to how they are going to set and finish off. So Anonan does have the opportunity to pick up the dubs here, but Primordial Vanguard, lag or not, McDonald's Wi-Fi or not, they do have the opportunity to take this in a clean sweep fashion.
Oh, true.
Welcome to
So,
Mobile
but I
Legends.
love this mob from the side of Anonymous
5 seconds
because when you
before
have
you reach the
mobility,
battlefield.
you can easily
Smash them.
get control over the map
All troops deployed.
a little
That
bit more easier.
That is so true, as we do see Fredrin is currently giving us a disco show with the recall spams. And that does conclude my fun with the camera view.
So Moscow going for a bit of a slow, longer route going to the gold lane, Matilda already getting scouted out by the Zushin and Minotaur. Will she be able to get out? I believe so. I mean, she's a high mobile support. But,
Blood.
oh, gets taken out by the Zushin.
Yeah, the first blood going to Zeus, and I have to say, since I've refreshed and adjusted the graphics, oh my word, this is so smooth. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of the quality on the stream at this point in stage? Oh, there we go. Stoner has finally arrived in the live chat. Yeah, saying I hear there's an off-brand Stoner in the chat, which is Stony. It might be the ginger beer drink. But nonetheless, 1-for-1 each team. Primordial Vanguard does have the 200 gold lead at this point in the stage.
And right now with Lord up in the next around 25 seconds, both teams will probably want to start rotating that way. But this Matilda wants to just be there to be able to support the Moscow.
Yeah, well, Matilda with her Matilda Airwaves would provide with that extra mobility that Nonin should require, especially for the Fredrin. I mean, Fredrin with the Matilda Bricks, I mean, Fredrin is a slow hero, but he is a tanky boy. One of the heroes that can sustain the most damage. As we do see the engagement onto Roger. We do see that final slash onto Roger. But Phoveus does take down Bind Crusher. The first turtle has been engaged upon by Primordial Vanguard.
And they will be able to take this turtle without any contest. There was a good pickoffs coming out from them, but... Oh, does Zenithon also getting caught by the feathered airstrike?
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Sorry.
Faza getting the kill onto Zushin with the feathered airstrike. So currently it's 2 kills advantage in favor of Primordial Vanguard. And yeah, so Stony, I did tell Stoner that I did mistake you for him. And I was enjoying my chat with Stoner. But nonetheless, let's go back off the screen. Lapu Lapu Killer Pluto does take down Phoveus.
And there's already the rotation coming in from both teams to this goal lane. Will Moscow get taken out? But the focus is more on the roamers right now.
As we do see the team fight engagement onto Primordial Vanguard. Feathered airstrike coming in, and that's for ultimate of Fredrin not being able to land. Chat, just quickly help me out here. What's Fredrin's alt's name, please? I keep forgetting it.
May I give the answer?
Yes, you go, mate.
Appraiser's Wrath.
Are you sure?
$5 says Appraiser's Wrath.
Yeah, no, Stoner, I wasn't giving you any problems. I was just telling you should actually buy Mads a dictionary if you want to take me on the general chat once again. But Sir Catsalot says Sword Smash is Fredrin's alt name. I have a Moskov in a lot of danger. Will we see the Matilda airwaves coming in here? Zushin with the displacement onto Moskov only. Feathered airstrike coming in from Faza onto Minotaur. Minotaur taking a lot of damage. Yeah, it is a Praiser's
A
Wrath.
lot of
You were
no
right.
one died. McDonald's flashback.
Yeah. No. It's I'm just reading the chat. I need to stop doing that. I need to focus back onto the match. So I'm going to ignore the chat. You can have fun, and I will keep my eyes out on you. I know the admin will be leaving shortly, and the new fresh set of eyes should be back on the chat. Oh, off screen, we do see Kai04 is taken down by Bind Crusher.
So past the 5-minute mark, it is still 3-3 in regards to kills, and both teams are equal in gold.
So Primordial Vanguard definitely trying to put the pressure here onto Moskov. Just staying here in the bush. The recall spans coming in from Fredrin, singling that they do know a Primordial Vanguard is waiting for them. This is not a Fortnite stream. Oh, but we do see Fredrin is in the top lane waiting with Moskov for the Erythel. Zushin with the butterfly lantern. Try to get that displacement on.
But this Lapu is just getting chased by this Phobius. They're actually just playing hide and seek right now.
No, so the Phobius is providing vision on the Lapu for his team, not allowing them to lose sight of Lapu. But in the meantime, the first tier 1 turret is taken down in favor of Primordial Vanguard. So just before the 6.5 minute mark, it's 3 kills apiece. And the gold fairly even, slightly in favor of Primordial Vanguard by 200.
And there's a 2 versus 1 here in the bottom lane with the next turtle up in 3 seconds.
Oh, the third and final turtle has spawned up. We do see the engagement onto Roger. Phovis nearly getting that hippity-boppity, skippity-boppity smash. As we do see the feathered airstrike coming in from Father onto Kai. Onto Minotaur, and Phobius does finish the job onto Xenaton. However, Erythel is into the mix. We do see that ult has been committed, but just focusing onto Fredrin. Will Fredrin get taken down? He is sustaining so much damage and surviving it all. Phobius is also surviving. So beautiful play coming in from Unknown, just dodging all the damage and picking up the 1.2k gold lead, and should potentially have the third and final turtle in the bag.
Sure, but it does seem like Roger. I don't think Roger will be even trying to steal for this turtle.
Stoner, I forbid you from unsubscribing, as we do see Moskov does get the kill onto Erythel. Yeah.
Right now, if Ananans keep going with this pace, they will be able to take themselves into a third match. But let's see what Primordial Vanguard has in store.
Oh, yeah, that is correct. So, Stoner, right? So, I'm sure anyone that knows me, right? And let's see if Mads can answer you in the chat if I will ever play Fortnite in my life. Oh, we do see the feathered airstrike coming in from Faza onto Zushin and Minotaur, but no follow-up from the side of Ononin.
And the Erythel's already trying to stay in this bottom lane, but there's already 3 going at her throat right now. Matilda Airways already online. Will she get attacked under this turret?
Well, Erythel, K2 Sakuna, pretty much dodging everything, as we do see Lapu does engage onto Matilda. Erythel with the ult onto Matilda. Will we see the pick off? No, the feather airstrike coming in from Faza. Fredrin did try and sustain everything, and Roger does finish off Fredrin. However, Phobius is trying to get the pull onto Roger.
And this Minotaur managing to escape with barely any health right now. K2 Sakuna really low right now, has to retreat. And the Zushin is just doing a good job at zoning away the enemies from her teammates.
Yeah, so I have to agree with the chat, right? Anonan cannot force another team wipe error like they did in the previous match. So for all of you in the chat, if you like Fortnite, I am going to have to say and apologize for what I'm about to say next. I will never ever in my life play Fortnite, nor will I ever stream it. Yeah, I'll hand that over to someone over. But nonetheless, we do see the engagement in the bot lane. The first Lord of this match has spawned, but no one setting up for this Lord just yet.
But it's nice to see that it's only 45 already in 10 minutes. But this Moskov with the Spear of Destruction tried to get onto this Roger, but does not manage to catch him out just yet.
I'm going to take that one, as we do see Zushin does get the pull onto Fredrin, but Fredrin does escape the clutches of Zushin. Oh, the feathered airstrike coming in from Faza.
Feathered airstrike comes in the total.
Oh. So, the engagement continues from Lapu Lapu. He gets the stun onto 2. He gets the kill onto Moskov. Phobius with the hippity boppity skippity boppity onto Erethel. But she is able to escape with her Ducati. Currently, it is a 1-for-nothing exchange in favor of Primordial Vanguard. Primordial Vanguard would have the opportunity here to get the Lord. Both junglers, well, not in position.
This Russia also on the other side of the map. Fresher is a little bit closer than he, okay, a lot closer than he is. But there's another engagement here in the mid lane.
Oh yeah, we do see Lapu Lapu with the stun up. Fredrin is there with the Arbiter Slash. Not taking anyone down just yet. Feathered Airstrike not landing onto the mark. Just searching out for Natalia. And Natalia nowhere to be seen. Or as we do see Primordial Vanguard does start onto the Lord. Anonan is trying to get this opening in here. Will it come down to a retro battle as we do see the Matilda airwaves coming in from Matilda. Zushin does finish off Fredrin and Minotaur does get that smash on to Matilda. It is a 2-4, make that a 4-for-1 exchange in favor of Primordial Vanguard. Phobius not engaging in the team fight, opting for the split push, trying to get that back door open. But the Rar will be storming and flying in the top lane. So Pendragon, yes, bro. Or Pendragon, yes, we do have a TikTok page.
Red team turret has been destroyed. Red team turret has been destroyed.
So as you can hear, the turrets are falling and Primordial Vanguard pushing for all those objectives. All tier 2 turrets has been taken down. We do see the Lord is still up. The feathered airstrike has been used and committed defensively, shredding that Lord down. Fredrin just keeping the minions away from the tier 3 turret.
If Primordial Vanguard can play nicely next time and also get the next Lord, they can actually take this into a...
Oh, the engagement onto Phobius. The vengeance has been popped. Feathered airstrike coming in. The hippity boppity skippity boppity from Phobius does get him killed as Roger does send him flying. Bind Crusher picking up a double kill onto Matilda. Oh, 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Primordial Vanguard. Let's have an exclusive moment on the man of the hour. You can continue, Lotus.
No, I was just saying Primordial Vanguard is doing a good job to make sure to lose the minimum during teamfights and to gain the maximum, just by making sure that if one of them die, they at least take 2 down as well.
Oh, we do see the engagement from Lapu Lapu onto the top lane. Zushin does commit the butterfly lantern. Yeah, Prince Charming, I am going to have to agree with you. If Erethel and Roger does have the space to farm, that can be very problematic. But I mean, everyone is pretty much almost full build. And we are going to reach that minute mark where gold is not going to matter anymore.
So with the next Lord at this 17 second minute 17 second mark.
So it's 5 seconds away from the next RAR to be spanned up. Oh, Lapu Lapu with a stun onto Moskov, but Moskov does get his second skill push back onto Lapu Lapu. Zushin coming in from the back. However, Moskov does kill Lapu Lapu. Zushin in a very sticky situation. Minotaur coming in clutch, saving Zushin and gets the kill onto Moskov.
Roger and Earth are already back so low in health, and now no one is really rushing to this Lord or just going to it right now.
Farzon escaping with 1 HP. Primordial Vanguard charging onto the Lord here. If Primordial Vanguard takes this Lord, this is going to be game set match for them if Anonan cannot set up a clutch defensive play. Bind Crusher finishing off the Lord, and that would be Lord coming in the bot lane in this instance.
That is true. So if Primordial Vanguard can actually sync up the lanes, then they can maybe take this game.
Chat, please sponsor Stoner some glasses. Stoner, I've got a sticker or emote specially just for you. There you go, bro. I hope you enjoy it. And let me get back to the game. So, Primordial
So we're going a bit defenseless right here.
Oh, the feathered Esha coming in from Farza, committed defensively just to keep the minions away from the tier 3 turret. Fredrin currently taking on the Lord on his own, but we will see Roger coming in here, trying to get that Lord through onto the tier 3 turret. Primordial Vanguard's focus should be onto the tier 3 turrets as we do see the engagement onto Anonan. However, Minotaur is into the backline. Matilda does finish off. That is currently a one for one exchange. Matilda did finish off Lapu Lapu, but Moskov with the Spear of Destruction onto Minnow. But we will see Matilda get taken down by the Aerothel as well. It's a 3-for-2 exchange in favor of Primordial Vanguard. If Primordial Vanguard can force the pickoffs here, we would see a finish here as we do see the focus onto the Nexus. And ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the first match of the evening. Primordial Vanguard defeating Anonan. But for the Anonan fans in the chat, don't fear because they are playing again. Up next against Fenacity. Fenacity. K2 Sakuna picking up the MVP for the side of Primordial Vanguard. Lotus, what's your thoughts on the match before we head into the pause screen and get the second teams into the lobby?
Well, to be honest, Anonans did do well in the early game. There was once again a lot of back and forth, but then Primordial Vanguard managed to capitalize on the team fights, as I mentioned earlier, and making sure to reduce the losses and to get more kills out of the team fights so that their main focus was the objectives, and that is what won them the game.
I'm just waiting on Stoner to answer my question. Does he like the new emote? But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get the intro video up and running for you just in a second as we will be getting the lobby set for the next matchup. We will be Anonan up against Fenacity.
We can make an impact, grab and then take it. retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With cards in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With cards in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That was quite a hefty pause, but we are back to the matches. This is the second match. It is Anonan up against Fantasy. It's the tip of the tongue, the tip of the lips. And as you can hear with that, Shroomsy has joined us as well. He has finally arrived home alive, and he will be joining us with the stream. And we will be concluding the stream in this best of 3 series as well. Shroomsy, Lotus, how are you feeling?
Excited as always. I mean, I'm sad I unfortunately missed the first game. I was stuck at work a bit. You know, there's bills to pay, people to please, but nonetheless, I am here for more MLBB action. And luckily, I didn't completely miss out. I mean, we do have the second match still being set up with Anonan versus Fantasy. I mean, crazy game coming up.
True. This will be the first time I'm actually witnessing Fantasy play, so I'm actually quite interested to learn more about this team.
I mean, overall, Fantasy is a very good squad in general. But I was actually surprised when it came into the lobby and I saw I Need to Poop, Mr. Poopy himself being in Fantasy. That oak is a stellar player. I mean, I've ranked with him a few times. And, I mean, he's already immortal for a reason. So, Fantasy definitely cranking it up with their drafts.
I will choose my
Your
own
team
path.
is banning.
Touche. And Nonan's banning out the YSS, and Fantasy already banning out the Arlet. Arlet was such a big problem in one of the previous games, but Glue also getting banned out from the side of Anonans.
I mean, nonetheless, both of those heroes very, very solid ban. We've seen them ban a few times in the MSK Cups thus far. And there goes the Uranus as well. I mean, he's unkillable at this current point of stage. So definitely good bans coming out from both teams.
True. That, like you said, he's so unkillable, especially after we saw Jupiter's Uranus and Madagascar also using him in the jungle.
Crowned by Heaven's mandate.
I mean, Uranus jungle is not a pick you would usually see, but I mean, if it works, it works. Who are we to judge?
No, I'm sorry for that
That is true.
random laugh. My brain is broken. Back
What
to you
is
guys.
new? I mean, we used to Scarpies Christophus a moment with a broken brain in the 2 brain cells. So we love you still, don't worry. Except if you play Fortnite.
Where the light shines, shadows will gloom.
I will never play Fortnite.
Les, I mean, that was a miss out from... No, never mind. My game is lagging.
Zetian and Zushin banned out from both teams. Sora is picking up the first, and Nozen Del Rey pick out with the expert of Fantasy picking up the Yuzong.
Zong. I mean, Zong is very good in this current match. He's a menace ever since that latest XP lane patch we received. And I mean, definitely well deserving of the banning spot, I have to say.
True. And the boy genius once again with that buckshot in the jungle. Well, let's see what Damon goes for this time.
I mean,
To be
Buck in
honest-
the jungle is very, very strong in this current patch, especially after the nerf to the anti-heal. He is, as you know, walking anti-heal in tank form. So, I mean, especially if you go against a more sustainable enemy team that doesn't have a lot of mobility, he's a menace.
Ha! That will be noted for my future rank matches. Damon 3003 picking up the Lapu Lapu. Lapu did a lot of damage in the previous matches with Anonans versus the Primordial Vanguard. And Blitz getting the next pick before we go into the final drafting phase. Switching
and
up
it's
with A1 Sicilian.
crazy. I mean, we all know Lotus is a Sicilian main, so there will always be the vampire glazing coming out from her. But I mean, overall, Sicilian always a good hero, especially if you enter into the late game stage. But what I want to mention is, I don't know if my game is lagging, but I see Poopy with Yuzong with Flicker. That is something I've never seen.
Well, as you said earlier about Uranus jungle, if it works, it works. Who are we to judge?
Yeah, so I mean, if it is I would definitely trust that Oak. So if it tells me to go Uranus jungle, I would say okay. If he says why is he jungle, I'll say are you mad? But nonetheless, Uranus with a flicker coming out, Moskov getting banned from the side of Fantasy. So definitely focusing on to that gold laner. There is only the gold lane and the roam left available for the side of a Nonin. So there's a lot of focused bans because they have a lot of frontliner. So they definitely need a high scaling in the marksman lane. So even a Matilda, not Matilda, Melissa might not be a bad ban for Fantasy.
True love is like blood.
But Carmilla getting banned out from the side of Annonans. Melissa isn't really strong at this point of time because wherever I see her these days, she has a lot of difficulty trying to level up and scale up.
I mean, Melissa is one of the touch or go heroes. That go away of hers is game changing, especially into the comp we're currently seeing. She can just bounce away everyone that's trying to die. It's a very situational hero, but if you can play Melissa well, it will still be, even after all 20 of her nerfs, she's still a good hero. It's like 1-1, it's immortal, but they go for that joy ban. So deciding, reading the Baxia as the Roman, going for that joy ban. I mean, joy is a menace with that dashes.
Yeah, but looking at Fantasy, I'm already thinking you guys did not watch the previous match.
I mean, yeah, no respect bans coming out thus far. So I don't know what I think about the bans, but overall generic good stuff bans. But if you ever want to leave the joy open, I don't know if you know, Lotus, the best counter for joy is Helkert. And the reason why,
Go.
because if she throws an electrifying beats, you just switch on load shedding and then beats are gone.
It's called moves out there, right there. Aerithel getting banned out from the side of Annonans. It's not cheating.
I mean, load shedding might be gone, but we will never forget that. Bledsoe going for that Clint pick. I mean, I'm loving Clint in the gold lane the last few weeks. He's definitely a menace, but I don't know how I feel about Clint into the Lapu pick. I mean, Lapu and Faza, so there's not a lot of mobility. If he doesn't have his flicker available, he's definitely going to be bursted down. But if the Yuzong can, along with Scar's going to play the Matilda, we know he loves that Matilda as well. So it might be a Matilda pick, and that would be a very good combination. The Minnow would not be bad in this regard. Being able just to knock Fars out of that feathered airstrike is very well.
True. And this Melissa that you were talking about earlier, already showing her face, but will she get picked? Melissa versus a Clint? I'm not the biggest fan, but it can work.
Fight.
Your team is picking.
But I mean, Nolan definitely needed a high scaling attack speed marksman in this exchange. I mean, they're going for the Kalia as well. So Kalia with the Faza does pair up very well with the Tsunami Slam combination. But with the marksman being the main damage dealer, they definitely need to step up to a high scaling marksman. I mean, Melissa would have worked, Clint would have worked, Erithel would have done also great. So you definitely needed a high scaling marksman, especially if you're going for a triple frontliner.
Oh, Shroomsy, can I ask you for a
Touche,
favor,
touche.
bro? As we hear that touche coming in from Lotus,
Yes, Daddy.
can you give me a subtle beat? I am going to drop a verse and freestyle it for Stoner69, seeing that he's calling me a dog with a wife beater. Stoner 69, the king of the one-trick clowns, locked in high-loss like he's wearing hand-me-downs. Try and tank damage, you tank the team vibe. Even minions roast you when you're trying to survive. Use your skill tree short, like your legs on the floor. Need a ladder just to go gank and still miss the war. You pop ult like you're doing something grand, but you're moving like dial-up stuck in the sand. You say GG, but the G stands for grief. Only time you carry is in comic relief. They call you short stack, we call it a myth. You're the type to get flanked by the jungle glyph. Got your Hylos in your veins, nothing else in your pool. Mlbb encyclopedia, you skipped that school. We tried to scrim, you said nah, I'm good, cause you're off your comfort pick. You lost in the woods, you're like Wi-Fi at 1%. Always lagging behind, your map awareness got back in Season 9. Tiny frame, tinier brain, no cap. You solo kill legend in your own recap. Alright.
Bro, did you just chat GPT that? Because that was crazy, though.
Well, I've been working on something for Stoner for a while, seeing that he's trying to take me on. But, I'll work on some verses. But nonetheless, we're into this first matchup between Anonan and Fantasy. Let's go!
Already there's a very good jungle rotation coming out from both teams. Baxia does have a bit of a slower jungle speed when you compare him to the Lancelot, but that Kalia doing a beautiful job just going for the jungle evade, solo roam, and stealing the red buff away. So beautiful engagement there coming out from the Kalia.
Oh, first blood going in favor of Sicilian. Scar with the Gattagatcha onto Sora. But we do see Faza going onto the ferry just to escape. But Gattagatcha is taken down by Boy Genius with the Baxia.
As I said, Baxia is a lifestealer's worst nightmare, but there goes the Bassa from the Yuzong, takes down the Baxia in response. So I have to say, they did lose the red buff. Lance is still level 3, but they did get 2 kills in response. So, wow, what a comeback from Fantasy in that exchange.
Oof, I mean, that is the first turtle of this match that has spawned up. But Christopher, King Christopher, always here to entertain. So I'm glad you liked it. I'll work on it and I'll get those verses popping. But nonetheless, Anonan currently onto the turtle. Will Baxia get it? Yes! Baxia gets the first Richie onto the first turtle.
I mean, there was no way that Fantasy would be able to contest that. I mean, Lancelot is still stuck at level 3, only getting his ultimate now. So with that being said, they definitely need to start respecting the dash and the lanes. I mean, aside from Fanny, Lance is one of the best solo lane divers. There's a Tsunami Slam onto Gatto, but no response, no follow-up from the team. There's a feathered airstrike, and there's Yuzong into the mix, forcing the flicker. Avatar of Garden just not landing. There's a passive going out, taking down Scar. Sora, sorry. That's fast.
Thinking about sheeps, counting sheeps to the rhythm of the war drums. But nonetheless, Fantasy getting that 2-for-nothing exchange. I'm getting
1-for-nothing. Barely escaped with a life.
I was watching the engagement between Yuzong and Lapu Lapu. Lapu Lapu just escaping the clutches of Yuzong at that last second. It's like a stoner that needs a ladder to, reach the high things on the high shelves, on the top shelves.
See, I'm going to tell Mads that you are bullying the short people. But I mean, I'm interested to see this clash on the XP lane going on. Lapu versus Yuzong. I don't know who would come on top of this exchange. I think it's going to be a battle of skills. Whoever has a better skill on the XP lane will take that matchup. But aggressive rotation coming out from both teams, and currently it's definitely paying off in the hands of Fantasy.
Yeah, that is true. So the second turtle of this match is spawning up in 10 seconds. Will Fantasy come and contest the turtle? Or will Anonan take it again with the Retri clubs?
I mean, Lancelot with that Thorn Rose definitely has the ability to outscale, out damage, out retreat Lancelot, there's the Black Dragon form into the Avatar of God in full engagement there. There's already one down. The second one has been barely taken out, but Lapus is taking a lot of damage. There goes the second passive from the Yuzong, but Turtle gets taken down. It's a 1-for-0 exchange. There goes the second kill onto the Kalia.
Oh, as we do see, the Yuzong is trying to get that engagement onto Lapu. He does get his first skill procced onto Lapu, but Lapu does use the Revitalize and, well, heal up. The slow not hitting onto him, but I need to poop with the Yuzong is currently testing his testing Lapu's patience.
I mean, that Yuzong is going to be a menace. He's going for that, just that extra bit of Fury Hammer with the penetration. Then he's going for the War Axe. A very good combination. Beautiful engagement underneath the turret from the Clint and the Lance. This Clint making great plays, rotations, just being everywhere at the same time. And over farming, there's the engagement. Just a poke onto Faza as well. In meanwhile, on the back lane, 3v2 engagement, Kalia does fall.
Yeah, that Bat's Feast coming in clutch with a Sanguine Claws. It was a 3v2 situation here in the bot lane. But, yeah, Kalia not surviving the Bat's Feast from the Sicilian. It is pretty much like,
Blue team hero has
so stand up, Stoner. Oh wait, you still need a booster seat just to drive the car. As we do see the engagement onto the boy genius. Baxia is taken down. The Bat's Feast comes in, but Lancelot finishes them off. That's a 4-for-0 exchange in favor of Fantasy.
I mean, overall good engagement, and I have to say, clutch knock up there from the Yuzong. The Kalia did commit the Tsunami Slam, but into the knock up, so it immediately cancelled with a Mass CC coming out from the Yuzong. So overall, I have to say, Fantasy definitely switched up gears here. Had a bit of a struggle in the early game, but definitely coming back in this game.
Yeah, so we do see Fantasy on the third and final turtle of the match. It will go firmly in their favor. Stoner is currently cracking me up as we do see the second skill coming in. A Tsunami Slam onto Lancelot, but we do see his flashing style coming in. The Feather Extra coming in from Faza with no avail. The Black Dragon form has been committed. Sicilian currently keeping everyone hostage under this tier 2 turret, and Garagacha does finish off the boy genius on the Bucks here. We do see that shutdown kill coming in from Melissa onto Lancelot, but this engagement is continuing. Yuzong into the mix as he does shred through Melissa's HP. Garagacha does get the pick off onto Faza. 4-for-1 exchange in favor of Fantasy.
Beautiful engagement. I mean, that Yuzong engaging, taking the kill on another turret, disengaging, then throwing out the Petrify on the second engagement. Beautiful plays, layering of skills, choosing when to fight, when to re-engage. Overall, killer plays coming out from this Yuzong. He definitely deserves the MVP thus far. And I would definitely like to see Yuzong going for more of a damage build. He is ahead, so he has the ability to just shred through everything.
Fantasy currently keeping a Nolan hostage as Yuzong gets the godlike kill onto Kalia. Oh, this is bro, I ain't gonna lie. Fantasy is currently this is not an even matchup, unfortunately, for a Nolan.
I mean, they are currently just shredding, tower diving through everything. There's once again the Yuzong underneath the turret against that Lapu not being able to sustain in that regard gold. So they need to start picking which engagements to take. They need to just turtle up, stay in the base, farm up, clear the lanes, and not overextend. And there's the engagement once underneath the turret with the Gatu and the Yuzong. And once again, Damon is taken down, sent back to base.
Yeah, that Thorn coming in from Garagacha onto the Melissa, just stunning her up, and Yuzong coming in to finish the job. However, we do see the Sanguine Claws onto Baxia. Baxia barely escapes with his health, with his life. I mean, the tier 2 turret taken down in favor of Fantasy. We will see them pushing that wave to get another tier 2 turret, as we do see Clint will start up the roar.
I mean, Nolan should not contest this Lord. They didn't have any farm available, and yeah, currently in a very dangerous spot. They have the ability just to melt it down, and that's uncontested load going to Fantasy. I mean, if they capitalize this in pushing the lanes in the correct fashion, this might be a Lord that can take down even all the shields already popped in the top and the mid lane. So that's going to be a harsh defense coming out.
Yeah, that's look. Anonan can definitely pull up the defense here. They shouldn't go into the jungle. They should just definitely stay in the base. Well, as we do see the second skill coming in from
position
Kalia.
here from the Kalia, but she gets scouted out.
Continue.
And there's a full engagement underneath the turret. Melissa goes in with a Twitter doll, gets a first kill, and that's a takedown on the Kalia. The Lord did take down the mid lane turret, but that is already Lord taken down. So they have another way switching in. If this Yuzong can get the Petrify set, this will be game changing. There goes Petrify onto that Faza. Faza gets taken down. Last into the mix, and Yuzong gets a double kill as that is another player down for Anonan.
So Fantasy should be able to focus on Yuzong. Yo, what was this? This is like everything happening at once. But it is a 4-for-2 exchange. Fantasy can definitely focus onto the Nexus here. Kalia tries to get that Tsunami Slam, but this Nexus health will drop. Like Stoner's gameplay and attention span. Well, it's got one thing in common. They both drop off after 5 seconds. So GG's to Fantasy, a dominant performance. And I need to poop with the Yuzong gets the MVP, 12, 1, and 5. Oh my word, what a Yuzong.
I mean, that was killer gameplay. Definitely deserved the MVP there. As I said in the pre-game lobby, Poopy is not a player you want to mess with. But my question to you, Scarp, is where's the Stoner hate coming from? I mean, Stoner is a goat. I mean, I love the man. So I don't understand this beef you two have.
So it all started on the WhatsApp general chat. So for those of you that are not on our WhatsApp community, well, just in general in our WhatsApp community, the link was shared earlier and you can come and join for some moments. So Stoner wanted my attention the day. So him and Chiodo was going at it one another, right? And I jumped in, started deleting messages because, well, you know, it was not PG rated. Nonetheless, him and Chiodo thought they were going to give me a go. And, well, I had them on the shutdown. And he asked Chiodo to step in for him. And, yeah, nothing happened from there. As we do see Stoner saying, Shroomsy, you're a goat, man. But yeah, that's where it started. So it's innocent, comedic fun. I have to say, I'm enjoying it, and I'm sure Stoner enjoys it as well.
Yeah.
You know, because
I mean, Stoner is, as we say in Afrikaans, he's a bok for sport. So I mean, Stoner is always game for everything.
yeah, you know, his gameplay is like as if he's texting mid-match. You know, wait, let me not do this. Let me not do this.
Yeah, let's lock on. Let's rather ask Lotus what was her opinion about that match.
To be honest, Fantasy played brilliantly, managing to dominate from early to late. I mean, only a few kills going to the side of Anonans, but good plays from both teams, and I think we might be seeing a clean sweep for this next match.
I mean, as the famous guy once said, there ain't over to the cookie crumbles. I mean, I definitely favor Fanacity to take the dub, but I mean, you can't count out Anonan just yet. I mean, there's been killer plays coming out from their squad ever since they did feature the first time on the Deuce EX stream. I mean, they are here for a reason.
True. So let us see what they come up with in this next match, and will they be able to give themselves a second chance?
Yeah, but I mean, it all comes down to the draft. There's definitely a few respect bans that Anona needs to put onto the table. If Fantasy does ban out that Arnold once again, we might see the second ban going for that glue, as we know that is something they love to play.
The boy genius also getting the response ban. I really hope that they do get the respect do the respect bans that you were talking about, because if you can take out the majority of the heroes that they use, then you can stand a chance.
To all respect bans coming out. I mean, there is only 3 bans in the first phase. So this glue, I would not ban glue if I was a Noden. I mean, we know that Fantasy does love banning out that glue, so I would leave them to ban out the glue. But I don't see any Yuzong bans coming out. So a Noden might be thinking of picking up a Yuzong for themselves, or it might be the third ban coming out. I don't know.
I would definitely say ban the Yuzhong. However, that Lancelot was also quite a bigger problem. So, which one would you say is a bigger problem that you just can't sacrifice?
Bro, Yuzong loose hands. I mean, Lancelot is, you can deal with him if you have a hard lockdown, like the Kalia, or even maybe the Franco Minotaur if he sets correctly. But there's the Yuzong ban as we predicted. I mean, Poopy had a great game on that Yuzong, so definitely a very deserving respect ban coming out from Anonan.
Yes, and Nose Del Rey getting the first pick for the side of Fantasy. Will he swap out? Oh, goes in with A-Win's Zetian. I love seeing a Zetian. The amount of stuns coming in from this lady is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, overall, a very, 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 very versatile hero. But, Ewan, if you are in chat and you can hear me, I would like to see the full frontline build coming out from Zetian with the fighter emblems, with the Queen's Wings, the full lifesteal build. That's something I want to see. So, if you are in chat, give me the troll. Go for the sustain build as Badang gets picked up by Damon. So we might see a Phobia's counter pick also coming out from Fantasy.
Which I was made for.
Oh, but also the Eve. The Eve can combo nicely with the Badang.
I mean, that real world manipulation allowing them to just zone in the enemies, keep them from dashing out. It's a very good ultimate to have in your arsenal, especially if you have something to pair up. I mean, a combo I've seen recently that works extremely well is that Eve and Exia combination. That's deadly.
I already see it, and the amount of damage that can come from it is crazy. But the XP laner for the side of Fantasy, picking up the Lapu Lapu, and Nozen Del Rey going with the Gusion. What do you think about the Gusion pick?
So Gusion is one of the heroes that is a menace. I mean, especially against the Eve. Eve's just stands still, so he doesn't need to have any skill to hit that dagger onto Eve. I mean, she's a standing target. But overall, Gusion is a very come or go hero. He can burst down any squishy. So this will definitely force a Nonan to think about their jungler, because you don't want a squishy non-mobility jungler against a Gusion.
Sure. Moscow only picking up the Clint.
I mean,
Um,
only his Moskov was banned, so I mean, that might be why they banned the
X-Kai getting the next ban. Who will he go for? Probably maybe a tank? Or maybe Marksman, but looking at what Fantasy needs right now, just those two options really.
I would focus on the counter for the cleanse. There's a lot of marksmen left. We have the Brody available. There is a lot of marksmen. Claude is still available. So Irithal, there goes a marksman ban. So Irithal getting taken out. And I would say Scott needs to focus on the jungler. I mean, Nonan usually loves to play the frontliner jungle. So try to get out the Alpha, the Baxia, something like that, out of their hero pool.
Fair point. If I remember correctly, it was Anonans also using that Bakshi on the previous match. So That one could be problematic. It would be better to ban out the Baksha.
Honestly, in my
But
opinion, the Baxia wouldn't be a great pick into this lineup. I mean, all of their abilities has basically dashes currently for Fantasy. So a Kufra pick would be great coming out from Monona on the roam, I would say.
Your team is banning.
good idea. But speaking of dashy heroes, Hayabusa also getting banned out from the side of Fantasy.
So there's Lotus's boyfriend sent back to Japan and no ninjas into that game.
It's more of Kagura's boyfriend, but yes. And the boy genius getting the next ban for the side of Anonans would probably also want to focus once again on either, as you mentioned, that marksman that can counter the Clint, or would want to go for a roam ban.
Is the proof
And there's the Brody I spoke about earlier. Brody being a menace in the gold lane. So valid ban, and if Fantasy can take out one more last pick, I would say go for any set-based heroes, minutes or Tigreal, because Batang and Eve does combo very well with either or of them. But Lotus, my question to you: the reason you don't like Hayabusa is it because you're a Nabi player and he chose Kagura above a Nabi?
I like the fact that he was indecisive between Kagura and Hanabi, but I do think that Hanabi and Hansa should end up together.
Okay. So we all know Lotus does not watch anime because she only prefers one main girl. As Fantasy trading us here with the Xylong ban, they said, okay, we don't care about anything else you pick up. Ban the Xylong, let's stroll a bit as the Minotaur gets picked up. So I did call the Minotaur as well. The set-based hero is very good into their current draft and comp. So good pick coming out of there from the side of Kai.
So, Lotus, I am sorry
That
to
is
do
true.
this to you, but viewers, Shroomsy, listen to this, right? Lotus doesn't even know who's Rick and Morty.
Bro, like, you no. No. Oh.
But back to the important business, Carmilla getting picked up a good combo with the Zetian, also with the Granger, but it seems that the boy genius wants to go for the alpha pick, or maybe a Julian.
I would rather favor Julia in this regard. I mean, that knockup will be able to catch a Grecian out of control. And even the dash, that's enhanced second skill of his to get out of Camilla's ultimate, a better pick than Alpha in my personal opinion. But they want to play what they want to play, and they want to play Julian as he gets picked up. So looking at the draft notice, which side would you favor draft alone?
Fantasy. They have the stuns, they have CC, but they also have the damage from the Gusion and the Granger.
So overall, very balanced lineup. I mean, backline nav is there, the sets is there, follow up is there, sustain is all the way in the backline. So if they can get some clutch plays with that Lapu Carmilla combination, that will be quite devastating. But nonetheless, we will be heading into the next match. This is game 2 between Fanacity and Anonan. This might be potentially the last game. Otherwise, Anonan can take us into the sudden death match as the round 3 is popping up. But you've heard my voice. You've heard Lotus blushing all the way. Not knowing Rick and Morty. Shame. But nonetheless, Scarp Skenkel, what is your opinion, bro?
My opinion, Fantasy is going to take this match in a clean sweep fashion, especially with that deadly draft that they have. But Animatic saying, bro, you better be joking. Bro, unfortunately, I am not joking. Lotus does not know Rick and Morty. So, all love to Lotus. We need to educate her on Rick and Morty. But nonetheless, we are into, well, the second match in this best of 3 series between Anonan and Fantasy.
I'm loving the mid lane duo coming out from the side of Anonan. That just irritation potential coming out from that Minotaur. There comes Zetian's pop back. The passive has been procced. So Zetian, if you don't have that passive and you can get on top of a that's going to be very decimating in that regard.
Yeah, and Odin trying to get this pressure that we've seen in their previous matches on the mid lane, just trying to get that mage behind. But nonetheless, we do see Kai 04 does get the knock up onto Camilla, but Camilla does have that mobility. But in the meanwhile, we do see Lapu Lapu versus Badang in the top lane, not going in favor of Badang. Lapu Lapu giving Badang, well, pretty much a Badang.
He's knocked onto the head. I mean, Lapu is very good against most sustained heroes, and there comes a pick out from the Batang. He escapes with 1 HP, but what a combination coming out from Gushin, taking down that Clint, with Granger escaping with 1 HP.
Oh, Nozen Del Rey with that Gushin. What a play. So, Lotus, here is something for you, right? Animatic saying, Rick and Morty is the best invention after cheese. As we do see the engagement onto Julian. Julian will be taken down by the Gushin. Nozen Del Rey is saying, look, guys, I'm going to get my shotgun build. You should be ready for this as I need to poop. Does straight through Minotaur's health like it's hot knife butter through like a hot butter knife through butter.
Red team hero has been slain.
I mean, great engagement, and that Minotaur being shredded by that Lapu engagement as well. Lapu survived in 2v1 combat and still surviving through everything. The Lord, first level of the match is going up. Retry was committed by Julian just to secure as that Lapu is doing a lot of pressure to the enemy jungle as well.
As we do see the team fight engagement comes on, Ghost Blood does land onto 3 and Gushin picking up a double kill. 2-0 exchange in favor of Fantasy.
I mean, that is already a 6-kill advantage going in their favor. That gold lead is looking staggering at almost it's a 2.4k gold lead in their favor. So beautiful early game potential coming out here from Fantasy.
As we do see the engagement onto Clint as Blitzo does get that Death Sonata onto Clint, but we do see Minotaur taking a lot of damage as we do see Beanie saying Entertainment Gold need to cancel my Netflix subscription. This is the place to be as we see Nozen Del Rey picks up another double kill. Will we see a triple kill? Triple kill going to the Gushin as he shreds through Badang like melted cheese. Steak cheese.
And he's looking for that maniac, but there comes the daggers, the Shadow Blade slaughter out from the Badang, just slaughtering everyone. But I have to say, Nona needs to step back a bit just to farm up. I mean, Clint making a rotation to the mid lane, giving Granger the free farm. And there's the shutdown onto the Gushin. Lapu in a lot of danger. There, Kai's gets taken down. There's the Curse Blood onto 2. Engagement, fist crack onto nothing. But Scar and Damien is there. And Badang escapes with barely any health.
That Minnow and Fury coming in clutch. Gushin out of position. Just unfortunate, that he got taken down and shut down. That's pretty much like even bots diversify more than Stoner.
Oh, and there's Lapu soloing 2v1 against the Minotaur, takes him down. There's the engagement onto Damien, just poking around underneath the turret. Lapu is a boy. The sustain of him is crazy. So the next turtle of the match is spawning up, and I have to say, Nona does not have the ability to contest this neutral objective. I would rather say, go for the split push, get Clint farmed up, and farm up your Julian, because he's currently a 2 level lead behind the Gushin.
Yeah, I mean, just past the 5-minute mark, we do see Lapu does kill Badang once more. Just past the 5-minute mark, Fantasy with the 5k gold lead, as well as a 13-kill advantage.
Let's go. Miller going for 1v3 invade onto the enemy blue buff and escape to the There's Gushin with a slaughter, and he gets the kill onto Minotaur. Real world manipulation has been used, but could not save that Minotaur's life. And there's a Gusha once again onto that Eve, but the flicker was committed just to save her. Tier 1 turret taking down in the mid lane, in the bot lane. It's only the top lane.
Yeah, this match is very one-sided. Look. Julian gets taken down by Gushin, and the engagement continues on to Minotaur with Camilla getting him stunned up. We do see the thumbs up coming from Minnow, but Gushin with the killing spree, and we do see Eve gets taken down by Blitzo. In the meanwhile, we have
Lapu underneath the turtle. Underneath the turret, Gusha goes to the slaughter, does not get that Shadow Blade onto that Badang. The tower dive comes in there from the Lapu. Carmella's there just to support. The tower's on 1 HP. There's a full engagement, first crack against the wall, but Lapu just sustaining through everything and gets that kill once again onto Damien.
Yeah, 19-1. Let me quickly get the items up here. Gushin having 68 stacks, and let me refresh that. 78 stacks on his Sky Piercer. One more kill, and the Sky Piercer stacks should be full.
Okay, my quick question, bro. Now that I thought about it, this guy just spamming that thumbs up. Is it calling for a pause? I don't know if there's pauses in the MSA Cup. So usually in our tournaments, they usually call the thumbs up with a pause. But there's a AFK into the base. I think Julian and they moved. So I don't know if that's a call for a pause, maybe.
No, I don't know. Let me just quickly get the... Baba Yaga, Tiara, welcome
there's a
to
full
the stream,
engagement.
bro.
That's great. And there's a real manipulation, but not doing enough. Gusha with a double kill. There's a triple kill. Manofia into the mix. Will he get the maniac? No, the flicker. The flicker saves Kai in that from that Gushin.
My question is, do you think they should that should have been a maniac for Gushin, right? Just unfortunate the time did not pull out for him. But the engagement onto Minotaur as Lapu does get the pick off, right? Yes, there is a pause. All right.
One thing I have to say is I would not want to go against Poopy in any exchange. So I mean that XP laner has been dominating game 1, game 2. I mean, if that looks the case, he would face me against with a Xylong and will still beat me. So I have to say that's mega skill coming out there from I need to poop.
Yeah, so let's just quickly see what is going on in the admin chat. Pause was called.
I have no idea who's the captain, so I can't even ask the captains what's going on. I mean, Nona's captain is someone, and I don't have someone's number. But nonetheless, I mean, Natasha having a beautiful game is already a 25 kill lead, and I don't know if there's anything that Nona can do to come back from this. I mean, if there's a major misplay with this aggressively going for that kill, so if they can punish this Gushin getting caught out of position, his team trying to save him, then they maybe are going to be able to make a comeback. But this is going to be coming up.
That is true. But my question to you is this. What is your problem with the Zilong in the XP lane?
Bro, as long as like playing against Hanabi, it's a dark system. No one picks up as a long. The reason is he is one of the heroes you need to have in spy on him, and then he still does not do a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen Zalongs going 11, 0, and 6. But at the start of Immortal Order's career, we had a one-trick Zalong. So that's the only hero he played, is Zalong. He could not play any other hero. And every match he went negative bronze, maybe silver if he got lucky. So, yeah, I don't like Zalong. It's a bad hero. I mean, I play Zalong in Classic, but I would never take him to a ranked match. I've played 6 ranked matches with him so far. I've got it like, I think it's a 70% win rate. but that does not count. It was an epic lobbies at the season change.
Epic lobbies at the beginning of the season change is crazy because sometimes you think you're with mythics that are also reset, and then everyone is like Banestas. Then you just know these are epics. Pure epics.
I mean, epics just draft differently. I mean, you can see as soon as they start drafting in like epic lobbies, and especially at the start of the season with that many players being in the same rank, you do see a lot of win traders as well, where they don't want to ready up. But nonetheless, we are back into the match. It seems the two teams has sorted themselves out. Mr. Scarpskinkel did go sort out the admins, got everyone into position.
Yeah, as I do see the chat continuing, everyone calling me the new 2 cent, the Brakpan Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, nonetheless, that was just a moment of Christopherson moments, just entertaining the chat with the O'Stoner being the victim. But nonetheless, Fantasy definitely in here to prove a point. My question is are they going to allow the Gushin to get a Savage potentially? Oh,
I
legendary
would
kill
definitely
on
go for
Tickle.
that.
As we do see the real world manipulation coming in from Eve. I see the thumbs up once more. I think that's just
I think
respect.
they're just throwing a emote.
Yeah, Cursed Blood landing onto Minotaur. That's a legendary kill coming in for Gushin. Oh, Lapu gets a pick off. It's a 3-for-0 exchange. We will see Fantasy focusing on to the Nexus. Or 5
No,
seconds.
they do not. Keep taking up. I mean, there's still, as you said, 5 seconds before the next players come up, and I think this is definitely game.
So Jane Doe, no one is roasting a Nonin. This is just unfortunately that it's an unfair matchup that the wheel spin did land them against Fantasy. I wouldn't say it is a roast. Yeah.
Yeah, not at all, bro. I mean, we all love all the teams, and I mean, as I said at the start of the match, if you rewind a bit, I gave Nonin a lot of love. They did made a massive improvement since they first featuring in the 5-man scene. So every single time you play, every single win, every single loss just keeps improving your team fight capabilities. And I mean, so that's the thing. If they still have a chance to come back, but what I meant by that is they are currently at a 14k goal deficit with 29 kills behind. So it's not impossible, but it's going to be tough, bro.
Yeah, so just to also add, it is, we're busy streaming. I do keep an eye out on the chat, but it's out of my control what the chat says. So, it's just unfortunate with that, but it's not roasting. It's not bad. I mean, the Waylander gaming community is toxicity free, so it's just I don't know.
Yeah, bro. I mean, everyone has their own opinions. I mean, you can say one squad is better than the other squad. You're free to have your own opinions. Just don't be toxic. And all we have a lot of the admins, the moderators in chat, and they will definitely sort you out. I mean, we have a sticker as well. Don't make the admins mad. They're going to give you Puckslaw. Watch out.
That is true. As we see Fantasy into the base onto Anona, and the Minnow and Fury is committed, but Granger with a Detonator does land at the end. The Cursed Blood coming through, and Granger picking up a double kill. Will it be a triple kill for Blitzoy? As my game lags.
Triple kill, waiting for the Maniac, but just not able to secure that Maniac. That's already 2 failed Maniac from the side of Fantasy. But one thing I have to say is, Scarp, I think we need to change your catchphrase. So there's 2 catchphrases you say a lot more. Is we do see, and anyway.
This is what women fought for 30 years ago. Anyway, as we do see Lapu onto Clint, and Moscow only is taken down. We do see the first crack coming in from Badan, but Lapu does commend the double kill onto Eve. Fantasy, just pretty much, Granger with a godlike kill. 3-for-0 exchange in favor of Fantasy.
I think definitely Vanacity is trying to go for that. They're going for that farm onto that potential Savage. I don't know. But the next waves is moving into the turret, and it's a 2v5 situation. Are they going to lock? It does seem like the Granger is locking onto the base turret. There's the Badang into the mix. The Cursed Blood lands onto 3, but the base was locked. The Nexus was deleted. And that is game, set, and match.
Yeah, so this would conclude the evening for MLBB with the MSA Cup Group D stages. Well, Group D, day one. It's what a eventful evening. We will be back on Friday with Group D Day 2. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We do appreciate the support. And this was a fun stream. It wasn't busy. And it's a short night for us, and I do appreciate the rest. And yeah, we will definitely be setting up some more streams outside of MLBB. Maybe do some fun horror streams, maybe some Once Human. I don't know. Let's see what the chat does decide on.
You can't forget, while you are here onto YouTube, go check out the PUBG stream, bro. They are live, and there is a few killer commentators casting the PUBG, showing us how to do it, where to go, bang, bang, for the chicken dinner. Kentucky Fried Chicken all the way there.
Lotus, any last words and final thoughts?
Well, to be honest, in the last matches, the side of Unknown didn't really have any answer for Fanaticy's aggression, and it really cost them the match to not be able to deal with that aggression, because that Gusion was super aggressive, was caught out one time by the Minotaur's Minoan Fury, but after that he played a bit safer but still extremely aggressive, and Unknown's had a really difficult time.
And just before we hand over back to Scorpio, I want to say one last thing from myself, then you will not hear my voice for the rest of the evening. Everyone, before you leave the lobby, just report Nose and Del Rey for feeding. He's the only 2 kills on the side of Fanacity. But with that, Shroomsy signing off.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I am going to thank you all for joining us tonight. This was a fun stream. There was some 2-cent style Brakpan rap here. I will be sharing that very shortly. And yeah, I just want to say I love you all that come and spend their time with us instead of doing something else or anything else. So I am so grateful for all of you, because at the end of the day, we don't do this for ourselves. We do this for you. And with that being said, right, I'm going to sign off. Stoner needs to have a special shout out, right? The only high thing, and I'm laying emphasis on this. Listen, Linda. The only high thing about Stoner is his ping. And on that bombshell, the sheep with a no bleep and the Waylander gaming crew and team, for those that weren't here on the stream, I'm going to say goodbye on behalf of everyone. Shroomsy and Lotus, thank you for joining me. As always, it is fun to do this with you. And on that bombshell, I'm going to say bye.